Welcome back to another Derek Burleson art. I am Derek Burleson. Today I'm going to do a little something different. I think we did rain last time, showed you how to do rain and rain that was moving. Today, as you can see, I got a simple little blue cloud or a blue sky. I think we're going to do some clouds today. I am going to do some different brushes. We have our filbert brushes. As you can see, a filbert is kind of a flat brush that's been rounded down. You can see how these have been round. These are actual filbert brushes, but they have been just scraped down because I scraped the canvas. So I think we're going to do one cloud with our filbert, and then I think we've got some various brushes or some various fan brushes here, and I think we'll use one of these and do a cloud, and then maybe, let me see where I got over here, maybe using a flat brush, and we'll do some clouds. So we'll show you how to do that real quick. I know I've had some people asking. Again, what I'm going to do is we're going to go through a series of videos. We're going to do some, we did the rain, we're going to do clouds. The next one we're going to do grass. Starting from the back, using some different brushes to do grass. We're going to do some perspective. We're going to do some tone changes. We're going to do some sand type stuff. We're going to do trees, and then we're going to do one video, and we're going to put it all together, and we're going to do a painting. I don't know what the painting's going to be yet, but I'll figure that out, and we'll go from there. We'll probably do it. It probably will take a while, so we may do it in about a 3 or 4 part series. But anyway, just kind of hang out and we will get started, and I will show you how easy it is to make clouds. All right, first I said we're going to use the filbert brush, so we'll take that. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to get my other camera. I have another camera set up over here that looks down on my palette, and I'm going to get that turned on when we do our big painting. I'm going to get that turned on so you can kind of see the palette I'm using. Right now I'm just going to go straight into some white. I've got a little bit of just a blue. It's kind of this color. It's just kind of a sky blue. I don't know even what color it is when I pulled it out. I just pulled one out just to get the sky blue. Now I painted that. I think it's, well, it still may be a little wet, so we may be pushing paint around here a little bit. But anyway, I like to take my filbert brush. Again, I use an angle. I get my paint on there. As you can see, I don't know if you can kind of see, I've pushed up a little bit of, I did a little blue and white. I don't know if I'm going to like it or not once we get it on there, but we can go over it. So what I do, and this is just me, and I found it easy. I always look for ways that are fairly easy and can do. There's all kinds of techniques. What I do is, again, take my brush, I get it in here, and then I push up, and I just go in circular motions like that. See how? And I know the paint behind it is wet. So it's starting to blend in a little bit, and then I just kind of push up and get that. I like the top to get the color of the top, but then as you can see, when I get down in here, I leave some of that, and I kind of leave that negative space in there because it kind of gives the clouds a little bit of depth, and we can go back and put another coat on. We can put several on. Now I'll show you another little trick. Again, our underneath is really wet, so I'm trying to give it a little chance to dry. But if you're getting those swirl marks in there, and I really don't like those, get you just a nice dry brush, and then you can kind of just come in there and just real lightly, kind of like Bob Ross used to say, just 3 hairs and some air, and you'll knock those down a little bit. But again, it helps when your canvas is dry. Like I said, I just put the paint on this. I should have let it dry a little bit more, because it's just a little bit too wet. But as you can see, I'm just going down, and as you go down, just kind of let it blend in. But again, this is really, really wet, so my blending is just kind of mixing in with the canvas, or with the paint that's still wet. So I'm going to kind of clean this up and give it a little bit of time to dry, and then we'll go down and we'll start putting some more highlights on it. But we'll give it just a few minutes to dry. All right, welcome back. Took a few minutes. Took my hair dryer, dried it. So let's go back where we were. All right. So use a little filbert for this one. Again, just ever how you feel comfortable holding it. I hold it different ways. I just, whatever feels comfortable at that point. All right, I'm not going to go too far with this. I just kind of giving you an idea. And again, we can let it dry, and go back over it. One thing I'm using is a board, and the boards don't seem to soak up the paint and dry, so it seems like it takes a little more, even though I hit it with the hair dryer. Still not quite. So anyway, I'm gonna go with my fan brush now, and I'll show you. I'm gonna get a little bit in there. All right, so I've just kind of loaded the top there with some paint. Got a little white, a little blue. I just kind of knocked the white tint out of the blue. So, and then same thing, you can kind of press up and just keep pressing up and down, and you can kind of just keep making your, I know a lot of artists use a fan brush when they're doing their clouds. Me, I don't know. As you can see, there's a lot of artists a lot better at the fan brush. I'm just kind of giving you an idea of that you can use that brush. You can kind of do some neat things with it. But anyway, that's, since this is just kind of about clouds and different things, where I want to try and get through several different type of brushes, or all right, and some techniques. Okay, so now I'm going to go to just the flat one. So I'm going to get me some paint. Again, I'm going into that same white with just a touch of blue. I kind of get mine in there like that on the brush, just kind of press it in there. And then again, I kind of do the same thing. Go up, try and push that paint up, and then just start blending down as I go. And again, try and keep some of your negative spaces in there, which is kind of that background color, because if we want to put a cloud here, then we'll just bring it right down. See how I pushed up and back around again. Like I say, you can sit and work on clouds and do clouds all day and just fluff them. But remember, no cloud's the same. You can make your cloud any way you want. It can be fluffy, it can be straight, small, big. But see how I blended that down, but left this space here,
and then I pushed up with that paint, and see how it kind of made this here. It looks like that it's in front of that other cloud. Same thing here. We can just go a little bit here. And just kind of make it any way you want. You know, again, make it your world. You make your clouds any way you want. And you can just keep going. I still got that same old paint on the brush. I'm not trying to put a lot of paint on mine. I know a lot of people, they make that mistake by putting too much paint on their brush just starting out. So they got this big blob. And then they're like, oh no, I got to keep blended and blended. Well, next thing you know, they've spread it out over their whole sky. Now they got a white sky. They don't have any clouds. So again, just a little bit goes a long way, and you can just keep working however you feel. And then if you feel like you want to make them fluffier or whiter or whatever you want to do, you know, by all means, you can do it. But just remember, I keep blending down and just keep pushing. Now you see why I'm using that flat brush. And if it's your favorite flat brush, your chisel edge brush, whatever, you know, you probably don't want to use it to do this, because see what happens is it starts to turn into a filbert brush. This was an older brush I had here, that's why I'm showing you with that. But all right, so anyway, there's a good start to our clouds. And again, just can let it dry, can come back. We can put highlights on it. But since we're kind of moving through these shorter videos, just trying to get you, because I know when I'm trying to learn to do something or a technique, you want to watch a video that's like 5, 6, 7 minutes long and go, oh, okay, great, instead of trying to watch an hour video on how to do clouds. And there is, if you're getting into some very, very elaborate clouds, you know, the technique takes a little longer, but I'm just trying to give you a basis of what to do. Now, what we're going to do, again, since we're not going to spend a lot of time on this, just kind of showing you how to do the clouds, we're going to go in, and I'm going to just take this, it's not really a script liner brush, it's a 0, but it's a long brush. I guess you could call it a script brush, but I just put in a little bit of, I went straight into my straight white paint, and I put a little bit on the end. And then in here, let's say our light's coming from this way, so our light source is coming from this way. We want to put that touch on there. We want to put that silver lining on your cloud. So you just kind of come up in here and find your edge, and then I just kind of pop. I don't want to make just a straight line. I just kind of there, kind of big. I probably could have used a smaller brush, a little finer tip, but that's all right. Again, this is just kind of show. Again, you don't want like a straight line coming down that looks like just like that, just a straight line. But you can take that and again, this is just a very quick video on clouds. We could spend literally hours on just doing clouds, but like I said, I just want you to see just the basic kind of the anatomy of a cloud and what it is, and just kind of see. That one's kind of back there. It really doesn't need a lot, but I just wanted to touch that up just a little bit.
But there, it just, so anyway, that is your little cloud tutorial, I guess. So if you're kind of struggling with how do I do clouds and what brush do I use, well, you can use about any brush, depending on if you're doing a big canvas. You can use, I got a number 1 brush here. You could use, see, we even got number 3 brushes. If you're using a big enough one, get it on there and just blend away. But the important thing is to get your brush, whatever you're going to use, if it's a filbert, a flat, put your paint on there, push up into the canvas, kind of making your circular motions. At least that's how I do it. And then just let it blend down and don't put too much paint on. Now, so if I wanted to come back real quick and I wanted to put a little more highlight on there, now that this is dry, I could come back in with more paint and just say, yeah, I just want that to pop a little more. I just, I want it to be a little brighter. You can just keep going. You can just keep putting clouds in, like, oh yeah, I want this to be darker here. And just keep pushing and keep pushing. And like I said, if you get some little swirls in there you don't like, just fluff them out. Don't press real hard or you're going to get this big streak in your cloud, but just kind of fluff it out. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this little tutorial. Stay tuned. Our next one, like I said, we're going to do grass. We'll use different brushes and different techniques for doing grass. So I hope you'll stay with us for our come back next time. Again, if you like these videos, please subscribe and hit like, comment, let us know what you like. If there's something else you want, let me know and I'll do it. Like I said, I'm trying to keep it really simple. We can get into more elaborate stuff later, but this is about painting and having fun, and I want to try and find the easiest way for you to get paint on a canvas and go, wow, I like that. And then we can refine the technique as we go. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot.